Hello, everybody. It looks like I am very, very bright here tonight. I need to fix that. Don't know what's that all about. Ah, there we go. Didn't have to do much. Just turn the lights off. Oh, and up came this anyway. Let's go to advanced and turn down the brightness a bit. There. Well, that's better. That's much better. Okay. I wonder if I can put a little... No, I can't even put a little bit of light on. Come on. Well, it's really going to glare things up tonight for some reason. All right. Well, it's bright enough in here that I can see anyway, so we will just... I challenged everyone to send... had this challenge with this last night too, trying to show it, to send a rack to someone in the address list. And when I went to check the address list, it was a little disappointing because there was only 12 people, including myself, who actually had their addresses in there. When I did this, a couple of people, see something. Let's make sure our chat is on here. Something's telling me maybe it's not. Oh, mine's going through, so hopefully. I did say last night that I would come on at around 5:30, trying to consider all the people that are in Australia and different other places, so that they wouldn't miss this. So now this little card is, I wonder if I try the other light out, that will do the same thing, but maybe not quite so bad. Okay, so at least we have a little bit of light. So this is what Colette sent to me. This is a card base. No, I don't. It looks like it came this way. She may have made it. I don't know. It may have been made out of a double-sided piece of paper. I'm not sure. This is a piece of a paint chip, and I did mean to grab a couple things, and of course I didn't do it. I've been sitting here thinking, should I cook dinner or should I do the live stream? What should I do first? And you guys win. It's more fun doing this than it is cooking dinner anyway. So I am going to do a couple different things here. I don't want black. I want walnut. Or do I want vintage photo? Maybe we'll do vintage photo. I like vintage photo. And find my... I cannot find anything. I still haven't, after showing you all this stuff yesterday that I got, I still have not put anything away. I have been having allergy attacks left, right, and center and don't know what's causing them. My windows are closed. I'm not allowed to open them because we don't know what's going to happen if I do. And let's see, which one of these do I want? Yes, there we go. I hope you're able to see what I'm doing. I'm trying to give it a deep distress with my Tim Holtz distressing tool. I love this thing. I used to use it all the time in my scrapbooking and whatnot. But I love distressing. It gives it such a nice distress with this. Now I want the top and bottom to have, there, I got it. Got that one done. I just wanted it to have a couple of places where it was gonna kind of turn up a bit. There. Let's see. And now I have, where are you? I had put these out here. I have other tools. There you are. There you're the one I was looking for. This is a tool for doing flowers and stuff, but I use it for all kinds of stuff. I like to use it to turn pages down, and I hope you guys can hear me. I'm sorry for the sniffing. There's nothing I can do. They have done the x-rays, or the CAT scan, I guess. They did a CAT scan of my sinuses because they think that there's something either fractured or broken in my sinuses from when I was punched in the eye. So they did a CAT scan 9:30 to last Tuesday night, which, I mean, that blew me away. I never knew they did things like that late at night at the hospitals. And of course, it couldn't be the hospital that was like right close to my house. It had to be the one that's like 30 minutes, 40 minutes away. And so I went and had that done anyway. So I'm waiting now for results, wondering what they have found out, you know, what other, why aren't you not working on this one? Because I have other things I can use, you know, like these, to make you turn the way I want you to. There. Yeah. Just wanted to turn just a wee bit, just so that I can, it's turned down and it's going to look grungy but pretty. I just went on the floor because I just realized, oh, you've got your garbage can covered up with stuff. So I'm just going to take a sponge and do this. These aren't the best sponges for doing this at all. These are, but I watched Angela's video haul last night, and she had gotten, she had found one of those makeup sponges that everybody's using. I haven't been able to find them yet, but she was saying she found hers at a dollar store, so, or Dollarama or something like that. So I'll have to check next time. See if I can find them, because they look really nice. Like, they look nice to use and wouldn't be so hard in your hands, kind of thing. I mean, this isn't either, but it's just there. Okay, so now I want this to go here. And I am, gee, I don't know if this is gonna, maybe I better use this instead. Come on, don't give me a rough time. I guess I could use my double-sided tape. I haven't done that for a while, but I have the ATG gun out there, but you just, come on, what's wrong with you? Okay, ATG gun it is, because it's going to be faster than that. So I just have to get that from up there. And I will just give it a really good hold. That's what I want. Now, let's get you centered on here. Now I need my cutter, which, let's cover that ink up so it doesn't all dry out. I just need to just a teeny piece here that's not, it's not quite straight. And why aren't you cutting? I think my blade's getting old. It's time to replace it. I love that cutter, but I have been debating on either replacing the whole cutter. I don't know. I don't really need to. I just need new blades, I guess. And why spend money you don't have when you don't need to, right? Okay. So what I am going to do with this is I am going to use silicone if it's not dried up. And is it? Oh, it is dried up. Oh, darn it. Nothing's working tonight. Well, all right. Then I need to go over here and get some pop dots. And I've got some very thin ones and some thicker ones. So we'll take one of each, see what I want. No, oh, Nico's going to take over for us. Thank you, bud. You can get down now. Okay, do I want it to be this high up? No, I don't. I just want it a tiny bit. So these are thicker foam pads. These ones are nice thin ones that came with an order that I got from the UK for some cards when I was doing tons and tons of cards, and they're nice and thin. So it gives it just that little bit of, pops it up just a touch. If you can get it off your finger. Stick down there. I'm just putting 2 at a time here, just to be Sorry, guys. Cat's in the way. He'll go down in a sec. One of the reasons that he's up here is he's totally curious as to whether I'm going to print something, because I have been printing stuff this afternoon. And ever since this guy was a baby, as soon as he heard the printer, he was right there. Thankfully, with this new printer, he can't get his paws into it. With the old one, it was like he was reaching his paws in to pull the paper out, and I was always so afraid that his paw was going to get caught in the rollers. Never did. He was pretty slick about it, but he also ruined a lot of things that I printed out because he'd grab them in his teeth and run with them, and then he was ripping them to pieces. And okay, come on. Nothing's cooperating. These are my special tweezers for getting tape off. I haven't done that yet. And I guess because the lights won't work, well, the lights work, but it's for some reason not accepting them. And I think that when I was using the camera settings only, I may have changed something. So I'll have to go in afterwards and look, see what I changed. So I'm chatting away to myself. I guess I'm the only person that's in. I did say I would be 5 or 5:30 at approximately that time, so that, you know, I wasn't missing Australia and Diana. But that's okay, because you'll all get to watch it after anyway. So that's done, that's done, that's done, that's done. Okay. So these pretty little flowers that came with Collettes rack are going down like this. So they have just a slight, that's what these little tiny, I mean, they might be, I don't know, maybe what, 1/8 of an inch, something like that. They're very thin. So it just raises it up off of the other one, just a slight little bit. Why am I have this set for live chat. It's just not showing anybody in chat. Mind you, it's only showing one person, and that would be me, I would imagine. Now, going to use the art glitter glue, and I am going to glue up this little stream. Oh, come on, don't be so fussy tonight. Okay, so I am just going to, come on, get off there. Put my pin in. I've got, I think I showed you guys, I have another pin for the bottle. And I had to, fix this one to fit too, but it's really long. I don't know if it would tip the bottle over or what. Maybe we should try it, like put it down here. See what it does. But it's pretty. They're both pretty. I love both of them. The first one was made for me by, isn't that is nice. That's really tough to lose. I like that. Yeah. I have lost this little one a couple times, but I still like the little one. So I'm going to continue to use it until I will order, another one of these small bottles just to get, or I'll just order another. Yeah, you have to have the small bottle to get the tip. That's the thing. So maybe I'll do that. Get one of them. Okay, so now we have, I think, let this dry enough. And we will flip this over on the side. Put it down. There. And there's a pretty little card. That's very pretty. Let's see if I bring it up to you. There you go. So you can see how I've just, ripped and turned a couple places here just to grunge it up just a little bit more. And, but it still looks pretty. I love the flowers. They're really, really nice. And then this one was the one I wasn't sure what I was going to do with. What did I do with my cutter again? And I'm still kind of not actually sure. I do know we need to cut this. Just to get that white piece gone. There. Oh, I'm looking at the TV and I'm seeing the cat and I'm like, he's not here. Where is he? He's sneaking in over on the other side here. Aren't ya? Huh? Aren't ya? Yeah, you're just sneaking in. Sneaking in. Yeah. You know Mommy doesn't want you up on the table, don't you? You know I really didn't want you up on that table. But you snuck up anyway. Oh, what did I think? These are big and small, so let's try one. One of those. I don't know. These little things. Okay, you need to move. You have shown everybody how gorgeous you are. You can get down now. Thank you. Okay, so now we have a big tag. That's kind of too big for a big tag. We have a small tag that would fit. Then we have these. Will these even, any of them match with that? Nope. Nope. So don't worry about that. Read that. Maybe that's the big one. Maybe the smaller one. Smaller one, please. Let's see if we can. Yeah, I'll do that. Where's my gun? No, Nico. I don't want you up. Nico. Get down. Go on, get down, right down this side. Good boy. Coming right off the edge here. There. That's too much, but hi Angela, how you doing? Sorry I wasn't paying attention there. Trying to get rid of the cat, get the tape runner to run properly. So I just finished doing the card from what Colette had sent me. She had sent me this card base, and let's see, I'll put it up here. I can get it there. It's just adjusting for you. So I'm doing good. Had issues with my sinuses again today. They're driving me insane, and I don't know why, you know. But I had another one of those days where I woke up sneezing my head off, which then makes my sinuses, it makes me feel like I've got a cold, like a really bad cold. And my eyes, you know, like I just had eye surgery on both eyes. And I woke up this morning and it was like I could barely see. And I was like, what the hell was the point in having surgery if I can't see? But it was just from all the sneezing. And when it affects my sinuses like that, it then affects my eyes, because my eyes start to tear up really bad. And so I went back to using my drops from when I had the surgery, or the cataract surgery. And one of them is an antibiotic and one of them is an anti-inflammatory. So he had given me a couple of weeks ago, or last week I saw him. Yeah, he was one of the 3 I saw in one day. He had given me some allergy eye drops, and they knocked me out. Seriously, I never thought an eye drop could do that to you. But holy smokes, I was gone. I was down for the count, boy. I could not stay awake for nothing. Okay, I think I'll cut you straight up here. Now, where's that? Oh, where's my punch? Oh, where can the punch be? There she is. Okay. There. So that way I can take that down a bit. There. So I shall do a tag with this one, and I won't. Just gonna use my glue. Should be fine. Okay, get over here. This. Now, bit of paper tearing out of there. Glue. So that's down. I don't know. On they go. That's about the 10th time now. We've only been on for 30 minutes and you've been up here, up and down, up and down. Maybe I should. Where's that flutterby? Maybe I can put that on there. Just maybe take a seedless preservative. Okay. I'm just gonna. Which it's gonna give me the most this side. See if this will work. Whoop. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Okay, so that's that. And now, where is my... Oh, I suppose I put my stickles all back in them. I did. Of course, there's 1,000 things on top of it. Just in case. Okay. Well, I was over there. I should have got something to put in there. Silly. Silly, silly, silly. I might have something here on my desk. My desk is such a mess. I have to go through it and clean it again. Let's see, which one of these? Diamond, diamond. Maybe I better glue it first, huh? And we can always add some Tim Holtz names or something on it and see how that works out. Yeah, he loves his mama. Yeah, he just wants to get into everything because the boxes and stuff that were up here, he was constantly coming up to sniff them out. And then when I finally did the stream yesterday and unboxed them all, he was fine because then he had an open spot on the table. And the two of them spent the night checking out the open space. No. Damn it. Well, guess where the butterfly's going now? There's no mistakes in crafting. Just keep telling yourself that when you goof up. So I don't think I need much more glue on there. Okay, so you are going to go right down here where you jumped. At least I know that this glue dries absolutely clear, you know, so it's not such a big deal. But come on. I do want to put some stickles on it just to shine it up a bit, and then stretch my neck while I'm doing that. Okay, where's Tim Holtz? Where's my books? Because I know that's what I'm going to want next, and I don't know where they are. They're right here someplace. I know that much, but that ain't much at this point. Okay, are you plugged up? No. There we go. Just give you a little bit of sparkle around. There. It's funny, you know, I still can't find a relatively good time to do a live. That's why I went to, you know, doing the other ones. And I thought, you know, if in those other ones, I mentioned that I'm going live, that might help, but I don't know. It doesn't seem to be doing anything. I get more, I think I get more viewers when I just post a video right at this point in time. But I do like to go live sometimes. Right there. Let's see how that looks. How does that look to you, Angela? Oh, hi, Holly. How are you? So I know it almost looks like it's gold, but it's not. It's the diamond glitter, diamond stickles. So it'll clear itself as it dries, and then it'll just be that nice little glitter on there. And now I need my Tim Holtz books, and I know that they are right on my desk someplace because I just used them not long ago. But anybody who saw my video yesterday saw the mess I was dealing with there, and so they could be anywhere right at this point in time. I have just sort of piled everything over to my side here. I do have some new things to show you. Oh, there they are. Right there. Right there, right there. Okay. Small talk and big chat and chit chat. What the heck? Chit chat. I don't remember having. I knew I had small talk and big chat. I must have just got chit chat. Maybe. I don't know. Let's have a look and see. Oops. Hi, Janie. Now everybody's starting to come in. I shall show you all what I've done so far. I've been using the rack that Colette sent to me, and I made this card out of some of the stuff that was in her envelope. So it's just a greeting card, and I'm just going to put thank you on the inside. Haven't done that yet. Then I just made this tag, and it's got stickles on it that are still wet. So they're looking gold, but they're not. And it's just the diamond stickles. So I don't know how it will stay. Okay, Okay, I don't see much in chit chat. Let's try small chat. Small chat has more like sentences. Okay. Sometimes getting these things out of here isn't all that easy. Here, let's just throw that one in. That's kind of cute. Okay, everything's disappeared on me again. Actually, first I am going to do this to you while you are still in the large state that you are. So are you traveling right now, Janie, or are you at home for a while? No, your name's not Janie. Your name's Nico, and I didn't call you. Okay, you can just stay where you are. Oh, yeah. Don't forget the glue, Lynn. You need the glue. Left out Monday. I won't be home till Friday evening. Oh my goodness. Do you drive as well as your hubby? He drives nights and you drive days. Well, that sounds fair. I hate driving at night. So that should be his job. Yeah, my stepdaughter, when she was younger, she absolutely hated school, didn't want to go to school, didn't want to do nothing. But once she had her first child, all of a sudden she wanted her degrees. And she went back to school. She got a grade 12. She graduated. She took a hairdressing course and became a hairdresser. And then after that, she took long distance truck driving. So she has her license to drive semi trucks. After she took that, she took courses in nursing and she became a nurse and worked in hospitals, but she has all those things to back her up. If, one thing goes sideways, she can go to the next one. But it was like she became, what's the word I'm looking for? She became addicted to learning. So she was like learning everything she could. Didn't care. As long as it interested her, she learned. And right now she was in a car accident a few years back and it broke her back. And so now she can't nurse because she can't can't lift the patients. And so she's in school right now getting her lab technician's certificate so that she can at least still be working in the hospitals. And so she's, she's doing well. She's getting really good grades because, like she said, this should be a breeze because, I've been a nurse long enough and had to take blood and, give shots and do all those kinds of things so that, being a technician and taking that course should be a breeze for her. And it has been. She has been doing really well. She's right up there in the top of the class. So proud of her. And she finishes in, I think it's the end of November, maybe the beginning of December. So she told all her kids, don't expect me home for Christmas this year, because as soon as I'm finished this course, I'm going on a holiday. So she said, I'm taking off. She said, I don't know if I'm going to an all-inclusive resort in Mexico or if I'm going to go on a cruise, but I'm going someplace. So you guys are on your own for Christmas. And her kids are all grown up. So it's like she's not leaving little ones or anything. So Colette, I know you're not in here now, but I know you will watch this later. This is what I did with part of the stuff that you sent in the rack. Is made a card, and I will put thank you. I have the stickers. I was out of them and went and bought some, so I'd have them. And then this is the second thing I did. I made a tag out of the other part that you did. Your kitty cat's name is Morticia. That's a good name. This is Nico. He's a good guy. He's showing a little bit of dander there, but he's been rolling around on the carpet today because of the full moon that was on the 28th. They have been absolutely just nuts in the past couple of days. And him and Fred is the orange one. Fred hasn't come up tonight, which is unusual because, well, he's over there on the couch, but he's usually the one that's wanting to get in here. But Nico's obviously wanting the attention tonight. But the two of them have a NASCAR track in my house that they use when it's full moon time or they're just frisky and want to play. And it starts with Nico will take his back feet, and it's absolutely hilarious because he's going like this with his back feet. And it reminds me of a guy trying to start a motorcycle. It's just hilarious. It's like, can't you get that bike going yet? And I'm always bugging him. But as soon as he's done that a few times and Fred hears it, Fred comes running out because he knows Nico's in the mood to play, because usually it's Fred who wants to play and Nico who just doesn't want anything to do with it. So, yeah, so it's quite funny. They're hilarious. They go around the front room, the kitchen, into the bedroom, and up into the bedroom windows. Then they come back in here and up into the front room windows. And then they just come flying out through the curtains if they're closed, and away they go, and they just keep going. And they're always turning left, so that's why it got called a NASCAR track, because that is a left-hand turn all the way around in my apartment. So anyway, I have ordered some new things that I'm going to start. I want to start getting my exhibit store going. So these are, I don't know how well you can see them. They're wooden embellishments. And they have, Angela's going to love these ones. These are gears. Here is a gear heart and it has, if I can shake it down here, there, you can see that. Has the gear heart with the clock over here. This trying to do things backwards is crazy. And then there's other, if I turn them over, I guess you can see them better that way. other embellishments and different little frames and things that they have. So I put in a small order with the company because I can buy wholesale. And so this one is like an Easter or a calla lily, which they call Easter lilies too. But it's one of my favorite flowers is calla lilies. And then these were tulips. So, and they have really nice design on them. These are like fern leaves that are all cut out. So they're all laser, everything's laser cut. And so now that I have now that I have the wholesale account with them, I can order them and get my Zibbet store going. And I'm looking for other things. I do have some other things that are for sale. I was going to do an auction, but I thought, no, I think I'll put them in my Zibbet store. How's that look to you, Angela? And then this one is, let's see if I can put it's supposed to be like a walkway from what I was reading, like you would put this part down as a walkway, and then these are the stones out of the walkway that you can use for something different, like to build a path up with them or something, or just use those as your path kind of that you're gonna put down. So see, it's got some of them that are still in there, but the whole idea is that they do punch out so that you can use the stones. And then these are some more frames, and these are some more frames, and these are like corners, but you can cut them at any point. Like if you wanted a shorter corner, you could cut them like through here, I guess would be right about there. You could make shorter corners, you could make longer embellishments, you can do whatever you want with these kind. You can use pieces of them. You can, if you've got a huge thing that you're working on, then you can use a huge one. But I know that what I would do is I would cut them into smaller corners, and then I would also have this piece to use for something. So it has a lot of uses for this. So so now that I have actually, you know, I placed like a small order with them, but now that I have placed a small order and seen the quality, because that's what I wanted to see, was what was the quality of the item. And now that I have seen it and know that it is a really good cobblestones, that's what it is. Yes, you're right, Angela. No, Holly, I don't have Etsy. I have Zibbet. And I haven't put anything into my Zibbet store, but it is there, and you know, I can start putting things into it. And then, like I said, I have so much around here that I've made, and it just needs to get sold so that I can make some room in my house, because this is the area I get to play in. The rest of my whole house, along like right from my TV, which is there, which is at the end of that table, that away, and all the way down into my dining room, which is that way. The whole wall is nothing but craft supplies. So I do have a lot of stuff. You haven't heard of Zibbet yet? A lot of people from Etsy or Etsy and what's the other one called? Etsy and eBay? But especially Etsy. Like if you know Stacey Evans with Pink Poodle, she got so fed up with the amount she was having to pay to Etsy that she started looking around for another one. And I mean, here in Canada, a lot of us use Zibbet rather than Etsy. And so Stacy has, like, she read all about it and everything, and she said way better than Etsy. It's like $10 a month, and you know, you don't get charged all these huge fees that Etsy charges apparently. And so I've had my store sitting there for quite a while. I just haven't put anything in it yet. Too much has gone on for me in the last 3 years, like being hit by a garbage truck, and you know, and then not being able to breathe. You know, that was a big one. Is Zibbet an Australian one? I wasn't sure, but I know a lot of us Canadians use it. Like here in Victoria, a lot of us use it. And it's quite a good one. So now I'll put in a bigger order with this company now that I know that I like their product, and then I'll start filling up my Zibbet store. And when it's up and running, then I will post it as a link on my videos and in my Facebook group, so that everyone will know that it's now open. And I have so many things around here that I have made while I was teaching, and had to do prototypes of what I was going to teach. I think I have 3 or 4 advent calendars still left. A couple of years ago, I sold so many of them that it was getting hard to keep up with them. And then I finally got a bit of a break between, you know, one person ordering it and someone else seeing it when I gave it to them and ordering another one. And this time nobody saw me when I gave it to them. So I had the chance to catch up on the other orders that I had, get them all done. And I managed to do 3 or 4 extra ones just in case. But by then, I think that Christmas had pretty much everybody had finished the Christmas shopping at that point. So, but I sold them for $150, and they're made out of MDF board, and I mean, they'll last forever. So, and what I did with them, a lot of people like to, you know, with kids, they put chocolate or, you know, trinkets or something in them. What I did with them, the first one I ever made, I made for my oldest son, because I forced my kids into a homemade Christmas because we hadn't done one for a long, long time. And so I made him one because I pulled his name. The silly thing was, he pulled my name, and I was living at his house. So it was impossible for the 2 of us. I mean, we were hiding from each other all the time. And but I managed to get it done and wrapped and all that kind of stuff, and he had no clue what it was, and I had no clue what he had done either. So yeah, he loved it, and my daughter kept saying, that should have been mine, that should have been mine. You know, like, to everything that got opened that day on Christmas Day, you know, that should have been mine, because everything was homemade, right? And her husband built a birdhouse for my sister-in-law. My son, that had my name, he framed a bunch of his stuff from the Navy, like his name tag, some pennants, and you know, he had one of those whistles, a bosun's whistle, and it was laying in the bottom of the shadow box. And then he had all his different things that he had been given as accomplishments, like not medals, because he had to keep his medals to wear during parades and things like that. But he would get other things like appliques and things like that. But and he did a bunch of he tied a bunch of Navy ropes, and you know, had them going all around the inside of the box and on the outside of it, and they were all, hanging down inside, all tied differently. It was really gorgeous. And when my daughter saw that, she said, "Now that should have been mine." And I was like, "I'm his mother. I think it should have been mine." He said, "Well, I got to tell you, when I was making it," he said, "I kept thinking there's only two people who are going to appreciate this, my mom and my sister." And yes, we did. So it was lots of fun. I used to make them do that all the time that they were growing up. They could have one Christmas where they spent money, but it had to be their own money because, when they were little, I would give them a certain amount. But as they grew up and had jobs, they could shop and spend money. But the next year, they had to do everything homemade. They were only allowed to buy certain supplies that they needed, and only if I didn't have them already in the house, because I had such a huge craft room. So it was like, go shopping in my craft room. If there's what you need in there, use it. So I used to love that Christmas the best. The homemade Christmas was always my best. That was the most fun because everybody was, it was like being a kid again, even at my age, because the kids were all hiding and getting things put together. And if one kid was in the bedroom doing something, then the other kid had to stay out of that room and find another room to work in and stuff. So it was like, it was really secret stuff that was going on. Like, I don't think James Bond could have even got into the house if he wanted to. Yeah, it was, Angela. It was so much fun, and I did a doll I used to do porcelain dolls, and I made a doll for my daughter, and I used my grandmother's, a very old necklace of my grandmother's that made it look like a Victorian crown coming down on her forehead. And I pulled her hair back and I braided the ends of the necklace through the hair and until it got to the end where I clamped it and then put a little bow on top of that kind of thing. And they then made a purple velvet dress for it because purple was her color. It's a thing in our family. Women like purple. I don't know if my great grandmother was like that, but my grandmother certainly was. She used to try to steal my purple pillows all the time. But anyway, I made her, the doll had a purple velvet dress and it had a train, like quite a fairly long train for the doll. And I did petty point on the train. I had to get the mesh that you can just pull out after everything's done. So I had to get that and, just stitch it in the corner so that it would hold on. And then I would sit there at night watching TV and with teeny tiny, tiny beads do the petty point on this dress. But all done. And I used to make, somewhere around here, I have still one left that, or is it just dresses I have that are left? No, I have one doll left here too. Her name is Emily. I don't know if I've ever shown her to you guys, but I made her, from start to finish, and she's only 4 inches tall. Smallest one I ever made was a 1/4 inch tall, and I dressed her in a christening gown, and it was a gift to my second granddaughter when she was baptized. And so she still has that because she lived with her other grandparents and they kept everything. So she still has that. I did one for my daughter that was the wizard, not the Wizard of Oz, the other wizard, Merlin, the magician. I had emergency surgery once when my kids were teenagers, and I had my son bringing me things so that I could draw out a pattern and all that kind of stuff. And I wasn't allowed out of bed. So I sat in bed and designed the doll and then sent him to the store to pick a few things up. And he came back with them. And I was like, okay, perfect. Did a good job. So I sat in bed and made a Wizard of Oz, or not a Wizard of Oz, Merlin the Magician doll for my daughter for her birthday. I did one for my son that was a Victorian sailor boy, and he still has that. He just loves it. So anyway, ladies, I have finished. I have shown you the new product that I'm going to start. I'm going to spend a couple days this week playing with my Zibbet store, getting to know it better since it's been a while since I opened it, and start loading things into it. And I also have a project that I want to do that I have been printing things out today to do this project, and I have printed out this lady in different deepnesses of color. So she's got the real light blue, and then this one is even lighter blue. So those are the three that I have to work for. So far, I'm leaning towards this one, but it just depends. But I have a canvas that I screwed up quite a few years ago. And I never threw it away, because I never throw things like that away, because you can cover canvases and whatnot. Plus, I have new canvases. I might even do it on a brand new one. Who knows? But I'm going to be using that lady and putting her somehow into that canvas. And hopefully it'll turn out good. It's just going to be something to play with kind of thing. It's just, something I've been thinking about for a while, and I've got all these canvases, and from when I was painting, I've got paintings I've done over there that still need to be siliconed, or not silicone, but treated, covered. Yeah, it's silicone. No, it's not silicone. It's medium, matte medium, or semi-gloss medium I usually do. But so anyway, I am going to say goodnight for tonight, and I will spend the next couple days and see what I can. Varnished, Angela, thank you. When my mouth doesn't work right, yours is always right there to help me. My girlfriend here and I are having that same issue. When I can't think of a word, she thinks of it. When she can't think of one, it'll come to me. So you're now included in our group, Angela. We're calling it old timers disease. It just hits you when you don't want it to. All right, good night, everybody. And don't forget that creative clutter is way better than idle neatness, but you do need to clean up. Yeah, rusty gears. That's a better name for it, Angela. I like that. All right, everyone. Good night. Love you all. See you on the next stream.